Good morning. How it feckling? Are you well? So the time now is 4 o'clock in the morning. It's Friday. We stayed just up the road last night at Strathcarron. I didn't want to bugger about making too much noise this morning. I've done my checks and I just got away. Just stopped here quickly. I'd forgot to write my paperwork down. I forgot to write my timesheet down. What time I started this morning on my paperwork. So yeah, we're on the A90. I stayed at that Strathcarron services last night. I had a decent feed, to be honest. I rang the farmer, and he wants to meet me between 7 and 8:30 this morning, down off the A702, to take me into this site where I'm going to be tipping this. So I thought, right, from where I am, it's a good 2.5 hours away to 3 hours. Back down through Dundee in a bit, down through Glasgow, come off at the 702, and he wants to meet me in this particular lay-by and take me into his site where he's going to unload me. He said it can be tight like if you're coming on the wrong road. So I thought, right, the only thing I can do then is have 9 hours off and crack on. So that's what I've done. So I was planning, I had enough time to get to Dundee, but I thought if I get to Dundee last night, it would be late to start getting up and then, possibly later meeting him. So I decided to pull it in at Strathcarron. So I stayed there the night. It's £30 to stop there, but you get a £20 meal voucher. It's pretty alright. So I got my tea and I got a sandwich. I got my tea, a tiffin cake, a cup of tea and a sandwich for my dinner after. But that's alright. Which means I'm going to be tired later. It's one of them. I think trucking is not just a job, it's a way of life. I don't mind doing the early starts sometimes if I have to do. I don't moan about it, I don't twine, I just get on. Do you know what I mean? There's no point moaning, it is what it is. I think it's a way of life. You've got to accept it and deal with it. Otherwise, if you start moaning and, I'm not doing that, I'm not getting up at this time in the morning, I'm not running there, I'm not doing here, then I think you're in the wrong job. You just get on with it, do you know what I mean? It just is what it is. So anyway, I thought this time in the morning, it'll be quiet. We can get through Dundee, get over the Forth Bridge, run down towards Stirling. I'll cut you loose there, and we'll crack on, try and go and meet this farmer. It's been a lovely night last night. Didn't hear any noise, there's no rain. A couple of grey clouds about, so we might have a shower this morning, but other than that, it's alright. Can't complain, can we? For those of me. So I've done 3 lots of videos yesterday. I posted one last night. One's currently uploading, as far as I'm aware. You'll get the 3rd one later on. And sorry, this will be the 4th. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I've done 4. I've done 2 on the A9 yesterday, going up to Inverness. 1 coming out of Aberdeenshire, this place, which I'll upload later on. The 2nd one's currently uploading now, which is more just going in towards Inverness, and it's more driving than chat. There's hardly any chatter. Just thought you might like to see the views. I had a bit of an issue with camera angle. Camera dropped a little bit, so I had to pull over not long after setting off again yesterday. Sort that out, but we've sorted that. And 1 coming towards Aberdeen last night. Obviously this one this morning, so it's 4 videos you'll have. I made a bit of a boo-boo at the end of last night's video, when I come off this roundabout, totally had a meltdown and got it wrong way. Luckily there was nothing behind me wanting in lane 1 until the last minute when the lights changed, so we didn't cause any tailbacks. Nobody got aggravated with us. So I believe there was a press conference last night with the US Coast Guard explaining that they'd found the debris from that Titan submersible submarine, which by all accounts, by all what the experts are saying, it's imploded. There's nobody alive, they're dead as a nit. I said that all along. It's imploded. It's had a problem going down there, and it's imploded. There'll be no left of them. We've just found bits of it. Ironically, 1,600 feet away from the bow of the Titanic, so they've actually landed practically at the Titanic site, and sadly, five more people have joined the grave site of the Titanic. It's a shame. It's a tragedy, but in my humble opinion, they shouldn't have been down there. You shouldn't be having tourists paying to go down there and gawk. I'm not saying they got what they deserved by any means. No. I'm not saying that. It's a tragedy what's happened, but why meddle? Why meddle with a gravesite like that just for tourism? You know what I mean? It's no matter how much money you've got, your time's up. And that's what sadly happened. I said to wife all along me, I said they did them. I said that thing's imploded. There's no chance of finding them alive. Hopefully it was quick and they didn't feel a thing. They might have seen screen cracking or something to knew something was going wrong, but hopefully it was boom, gone. They didn't feel a thing. It would have been quick. Which you'd want really, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want to be engine failure and you're down there for 4 days in dark on your own, freezing cold, running out of oxygen. And we're just checking mirrors. There is I think it's a van right in the distance coming up behind us. It's a good distance off. But like I said, this time of the morning we should have no traffic at all going through Dundee. We should sail through no bother, get over at Forth Bridge and make some progress. That's the plan anyway. It's trying its best to come daylight. It's like it's going to be another lovely day. But yeah, I'll be tired later on, I've no doubt about that. I'll be knackered in a bit. That's a good lay-by, I've stayed there before. No, I just fancied some tea last night, so I got steak pie with new potatoes and new tatties and some cabbage. And it was lovely actually, it was good. It was right good. Right, mirrors, here's this van. I think it's an ambulance actually. It's either an ambulance or a police van. No, it's an ambulance. There you go. They probably had a busy night shift. It says ambulance and ambulines on back. Ambulines. Well, don't lean over too far, love. It's a big drop downhill, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think after this, I'm pretty sure we'll be tipping this. It's in the Dumfries and Galloway area we're going. But it's over. Just mindful, mirrors, ambulance is turning off. Just mindful, it's braking. It's going to get off before we have to alter our course. Just come into lane 2, it's taking a nice wide swing. There might be outdooring in back there with dodgy hips or something. Don't worry, Doreen, we'll slow down for you, love. Hold on to your hat, dear. Scream if you want to go faster. So we're 18 miles off Dundee. So yeah, we'll get through Dundee, get over at Forth Bridge. And I'll pull in shy then. We'll pull over at Forth Bridge, I'll pull in, cut you loose and we'll crack on. And I'm hoping to get down through to the end of Glasgow before all traffic starts building up. That way we're in with a chance of meeting this farmer on time and he's not waiting too long, because if I've arranged to meet him between 7 and 7:30, The last thing I want is him sat in a lay-by till gone 8 o'clock. Because I'm just scratching about in my pits and sauntering down with a lackadaisical attitude. Because they'll have things to do. Them farmers are never stuck for something to do. They're always on with something, you know what I mean? So if you arrange to meet somebody, you turn up, you're there on time, you make it work, you make it happen. So when he said last night, that time, I thought, well, fair dues, I've got to then just have 9 hours off and get up and crack it on. But I thought, if I pull in now, it means I can get up at 3:30 and crack on. So that's what I did. I wouldn't choose to get up at 3:30 every morning, but every now and again I don't mind. And today's Friday, so we should get away in a reasonable time, but it means I'll be knackered tonight when I get home. Like I say, it's a way of life. It's not just a job. It's a way of life. You've just got to crack on and do what you need to do what needs to be done, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? Can't all be riding around in a V8 Scania, polishing tanks and having bright wheels, clean looking wheels. This is a truck, it's got to earn money. The wheels have got to be turning, it's got to earn money. You can't just be entering to truck shows all the time and putting photographs online, videos of air-ons and gadgets and flashing lights and jiggles and hula hours. I've no time for any of that crap. I try and keep it reasonably clean, but it's a tool for doing the job to me. A tool for doing a job I love, and I enjoy it, and I really am starting to enjoy this job. I was a bit unsure at first week when I was on that concrete, and I'm still getting concrete, but it's the distance I like. And I've put some miles in these last few days. Mirrors just come over. We're going to be catching rapidly on this truck that's coming out of this service here. Out behind us, but we still check the mirrors. It's a little bit nippy outside temperature, just a little bit of a cold breeze. We're nowhere near white line. Behave yourself. I'm not going to come back in because we're still catching this guy. There's absolutely nothing behind us. He's back up to speed. It's sod's law now. As soon as I come back in, I'll catch him. Mirrors. He's not hanging about like he's flying on. Probably empty. This thing's convinced lately is I'm going to be running over white lines, and I'm not. You only have to touch onto a white line and it just bleeps at you. That's a sign for Forfar and Arbroath. Apart from the names on the signs and the street names and that, you'd be forgiven you were thinking in anywhere else. Everywhere looks the same. All dual carriageways looks the same eventually. 13 miles off Dundee. Good day, mate, it's Mick Dundee. Put another shrimp on your barbie, that's no knife, mate, this is a knife. So hopefully you've enjoyed them 2 videos I put on yesterday. About an hour long each, I think that's long enough. Yesterday's tip at Inverness turned out really easy. The fellow was lovely when I rang him. The guys were nice on site. I went round on this building site and it was tight reversing in because they'd set most of the drainage up, and there was no tarmac. There's blue lights in the far distance down there. That might be in the town, I think. And they'd set all the gullies in and that, but they were raised up right high because nothing had been tarmacked. So I had to reverse into like this. You could see it was going to be a cul-de-sac of some sort. I reversed round and bloody hell it was tight, but I getting it, no bother. Because I was worried about crushing this drain cover. with me trailer wheels, but I missed it. I got round it by like centimetres, you know what I mean? It was mirrors were catching this guy, I knew we would. It's an Arctic. It's an Arctic boy, oh. It is empty and it's a mid-lift as well. It's a Scania. I'll tell you something. Here's these flashing lights. It's in this lay-by. There's an incident happened here. Some mirrors. There's been an accident here. Just mirrors, just mindful. Just come back in. The guy's flashing here. Yeah, there's been 2 cars that are smashed here. Oh, that's nasty. That's a nasty crash too. Gonna shut the road though. Most of these people are turning round. Ah, that looks bad. There's one woman out walking with a shawl wrapped round her. It looks pretty bad. The back end of one car was completely mangled, and so was front end and t'other. The back end of one car looks like he's been fishtailed and wrapped into central barriers and spun off. Don't look good. Not at this time in the morning. I mean, the police will have it sorted. They've closed the road up there, see. They'll have it sorted, they'll have it cleared up in no time. Assuming there's no fatalities. A fatality, it's a road closure for most of the day, isn't it? They've shut the road there, so they know the script, they know what's what. They know what they're doing, they've been at it a long while. Yeah, so getting back to Scanias, in this thing I'm flying past Scanias, me like. As much as I love a Scania, as much as I've always driven a Scania, this goes. This can go, so it flies past Scanias, this thing. I mean, it is a 530, do you know what I mean? But it flies past Scanias, it's quite good. And it's a comfortable drive in a straight line going forwards. Oh, Bob. Surprisingly, we've not seen one vehicle coming towards us yet. Whether they've blocked it off further up and all, I don't know. Excuse me for snotting and snurching. Hay fever first thing in the morning. I've had my tablet. Time now is 20 past 4. Forward, lad, forward. According to this, Automaticus Navicus, we're going to get to site at 7:30. But I'm not going directly to site. I'm going to be pulling up about 15 minutes beforehand, 10-15 minutes beforehand. And the guy's going to meet me and take me in. So that should work out alright. Hopefully, providing we beat all the traffic going through Dundee. But 20 past 4 in the morning, shouldn't really be any traffic going through Dundee. But we'll find out, we'll soon see when we get there. Just come off that gas, off that cruise control, we're rolling down. Exhaust brake, just holds us nice. That truck's in for a long wait if he's giving that a road. Mind you, there'll probably be a back road there what you can turn off on, but if you're that used to just trunking backwards and forwards, I don't think some of them know back roads, do they? That's the thing I've found about when I've ended up doing early starts. When I worked at Jenkins and I did a few early starts, you're subject to night road closures, and it's surprising how many road closures there is at night time. So I do feel for night drivers sometimes. You think, oh, they've got it easy, these men driving about at night time, there's no top roads. There's no top roads because most of the roads are shut, so they do have to go around back lanes and that. So it's just having a bit of wit about you and knowing how to get in and out of places and knowing some back roads. You can soon find yourself in trouble on them back roads. And again, if you strike a low bridge, nobody will have any sympathy for you. It's your fault, your driver. It's like, but you've closed bloody motorway, we won't be back up, you know what I mean? Deal with it. The beauty about this job so far is I haven't had it. I mean, I've no doubt I will get some high loads at some point. The highest load I've had on here at the moment is 2 containers on, and it measured out to 14 foot, which was no issue. I could still get under bridges and that. So I don't have to worry now about low bridges, apart from really low bridges like 12 foot and that. I can go under 14 foot bridges and 14 foot 3 bridges. I don't have to worry about, oh, there's a 15 foot bridge there, will I get under it, you know what I mean? Everything's flatbed, isn't it? But I've no doubt at some point I'll get some hay on, and I'm not looking forward to that because I've no bother throwing the straps over, but it's when you come to doing them crisscrosses in front and back, I don't know how to do them yet. But I'm sure I'll learn it. I'll fathom it. And I've got 10 straps on this load. There's two pieces of machinery for fettling eggs. There's 2 egg fettlers on, and a load of poles and bits and bats what go with it and connections and that sort. Roadworks A90 South. Again, this might take A90 South. This might take us on a B road here, I don't know. I hope not. I hope not, because that'll add more time to us, to our journey. But we're still within that remit of road closures. It's 25 past 4 now. They normally start opening roads back up about 5 o'clock, half past. If we get down here in a minute, there's a road closure on. We're still subject to it, and I can't be affording wait around for half an hour until they open the bugger back up.
After 400 yards, go around the roundabout, second exit, A90 Dundee. Towards Dundee.
Tight a couple of roundabouts here. I'm not going to fly on with this load on, so we'll just steady Eddie it, roll up to roundabout. Speaking of here, when I was at Jenkins, I once came down here. I'd loaded at that recycling spot at Aberdeen. I was loaded for Hartlepool, and I'd stayed overnight in that big lay-by what I told you about before. And as I come down here, not this roundabout, as you come out of town and you turn right, there's another roundabout further on. And there was a wagon there, McBurney's. It's had a load of hay on, and he hadn't put the cross straps on the back.
Yards, go around the roundabout,
and as he's gone round the roundabout, I didn't see it happen, but it had only happened about 10-15 minutes beforehand, and the police had just turned up to deal with it. And he'd lost 3 bales of hay off the back of it, and it scattered all over the carriage bay. The police turned up to deal with it. One copper was spading hay up with a brush, shifting it to the side of the road. It wasn't good, like, it wasn't sexy. I managed to get round it before they shut the road off, then I was. Yeah, we climb up this hill, and not this set of lights, the next set of lights we turn right. And you go round a roundabout there, and it was there when it happened. I just see a sign up there then for the Black Watch Memorial Museum. So they must have been out of this neck of woods, the Black Watch lads, the army. I don't think the regiment's together anymore. I think they was disbanded and amalgamated like most Scottish regiments into the Royal Regiment of Scotland. You had a load of different regiments just amalgamate into one. So many battalions. I think that's where they'll be from, Dundee area and the Black Watch, I don't know. I wanted to join the Black Watch, me, just because I wanted to be in the pipes and drums. They wouldn't let me in careers office. They said, no, you're English. They'll kill you. No, they'll kill you, lad. Join my regiment, Lancashire's. Grand, you'll be alright. Actually, I could have gone in this first lane.
Turn right.
Truck's still with me, Scania, he's just caught me back up. Just offer him up, just roll him up. I don't want to brake too much yet. I've just slowed it down that exhaust brake. I'm going to have to do now, I think. There's nothing we can do. Just pull him shy. Just tickling and feckling. Just tickling and feckling, eh, lad? Just tickling and feckling. Oh, this is Dundee. Lovely part of the world. When Her Majesty the late Queen's coffin was coming down from lights are changing, mirrors was coming down from the Highlands up there. They come down via this road, via Dundee and that to Edinburgh, didn't they? And when they come here through there, they blocked all traffic off, and you could see on cameras on national telly. There was if you look back through it, when they're coming down from that stretch there at Dundee, there's a helicopter above. And there was an A.W. Jenkinson's wagon first in queue, and it shows you Peter Patterson, wife's uncle. He's retired now, and he was sat there. He works Sunday to Thursday, you see, and he'd been up this neck of woods, and he was there on camera, sat at just after them traffic lights there. They stopped all road. You only got a glimpse of him for about 10 seconds as he come past him, maybe less, but yeah, it was Peter Pat. I thought, I know him, you know what I mean? He's 70 now, Peter. But throughout history now, if you look back on that, you'll always see a little glimpse of Peter Pat from Penrith, my wife's uncle. So when Peter's long gone, in years to come, that footage will still be available if you look for it.
After 400 yards, go around the roundabout, second exit, A90, towards Perth.
Yeah, with this roundabout here, we're at McBurney's and we'd lost all its air. So we don't want to tempt fate, we don't want to lose our load. Just back him off. Yeah, must have come round here a bit too fast. Didn't have the back bails strapped properly. And then thrown it into this roundabout a bit too fast, and it had come off here now, right here, and scattered all over the carriageway. So that would have been a bit of mither for an hour or so, clearing that up. Plus he'd have probably got done for it, so insecure load, innit? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there was an industrial estate just down there before we came to that last where I was going to be stopping.
Around the roundabout, second exit, A90,
well, like I say, when I rang Farmer last night and he asked could I meet him at such a time, I thought, yeah, fair news, I'll just pull it into Strathcacken or Strathcarron or whatever it's called. That way,
go around the roundabout,
I can get up early and just get straight on. Some mirrors. There's a couple of cars now coming to life in town, but There's no real traffic. Normally when you come through here at normal hours of the day, it's really busy. Is Dundee a city or a town? I don't know. I think it's a town, isn't it? No, actually, it says city centre there, so Dundee must be a city. The big Tesco's is. Our sign just said city centre then, so it must be a city, Dundee. I think if it's got a cathedral, it's a city, isn't it? Yeah, city centre. Must be. Must be, pal. So we get through here now, back onto Gubbins, back onto Blarney-Blar, we'll go over Forth Bridge and then we'll move in. There's another industrial estate there. Speaking of Yankees, there is a Yankees wagon. There's about 800 or 900 of them on roads though, so it could be any one. No idea who it is. It wasn't my old wagon, that's for sure. Mirrors, there's a Royal Mail wagon gonna fly past us. Little DAF, lad, little DAF. The only thing is with these 7.5 tonners, nippy little motors, but because the box on the back is wider than the cab, the mirrors have to stick right out. So they're a pain in the arse when you're coming towards one on a tight road because the mirrors are stuck right out. They have to be because of the way it's designed. But they should have the cab as wide as the box, then they wouldn't have to stick out as far. Do you know what I mean? Gaudy Industrial Estate. Sure, there used to be a little truck stop over here. I thought it was on there on that Gaudy Industrial Estate. I've never been on it, but I just knew there was a little truck stop somewhere. I always thought it was over here, right, on this Gaudy Industrial Estate. But somebody's told me recently it's shut, it's closed. If you know, let me know. Yeah, I always thought there was a little truck stop over there. There's a lot of wood in there, see? Remember, I'll end up in there at some point. And there we go, services, lorries over. Somebody said it was a little truck stop, but
towards Perth.
Truck parking, said it. I could have swore there was a little truck stop over there. Whoa, lad. I've never been in it.
Go around the roundabout, second exit.
Just mirrors as we come round. Don't want to throw it too fast into this corner. Just mirrors, it tightens. Just backing him off. Just round we go. Just mirrors as we come out, over towards white line, and we don't come round on that curve. There's railings on it. "19 miles from Perth. I'm only 24 hours from Telstar. Only six double beds from Dundee." It's going to be a lovely morning. Mirrors, we're just seeing signs for roundabout. I've been down here before, it's a long time ago. It's not a place I came often to Aberdeen through Dundee and this run. Lovely run, mind, it's a lovely run, it's grand. But it's not a place I did often, it was every now and again. So I'm not too familiar with it, if that makes sense. Hence a bit of a boo-boo last night. I got it wrong way on that, coming off that roundabout. But I'm not, I'm not perfect, I'm only human. We all make mistakes. I think if he didn't make a
Follow
mistake, he was too
A90
perfect all the
towards
time.
Earth
Something to
for
be
16
up, wasn't it?
miles.
Perth and Kinross. Just mindful, people pulling out at service station, petrol station, that doer's up there, see there? There's a caravan pushing a car again. That flatbed there had steel on it. I haven't done any steel yet. I've no doubt I will at some point. But no, I'm wide awake now, but unfortunately come dinner time I'll be knackered. And I'm hoping to get this off, get back into our yard at Lockerbie, drop this trailer, tidy the unit up a little bit, just give it a quick wipe down inside, and then swap it for day cab. Maybe do another local run today in day cab, and then I'll be in that Monday, and hopefully this thing passes its MOT and I'll be back in this tramping. This is my full-time allocated tramping truck. Well, the other one I'm picking up, I had it the first Monday I started. We went on a couple of local. We went up to the other side of Dundee actually, with a load of wood on. A load of concrete on. Tipped at one place, loaded at Dundee docks with a load of wood back down. Then coming back down, we picked this up, and I put the trailer off the other one onto this, and that was me away in this. Well, that one I'm picking up, it's a 20 plate, and it's fast as lightning. It goes like. It's a good wagon. It's just a bit minging inside. It's I think last lad what had it didn't bother cleaning it. You wouldn't want to tramp in it, put it that way. But for a day wagon, it's a cracker. It flies on. But I'm not planning on doing a big shift today. If they give me another job, then I'll have to do it. But it'll probably be only something local like. Maybe go down to Silla for something, pick a load from Lockerbie, run down to Silla, pick a load up for Monday. We're going up Scotland. Pick that up. Run it up Monday. Come back down, get back in this. That's the plan anyway. Some mirrors, the sign's out, we're going to lose a lane shortly. 800 yards. Mirrors, there's nothing behind us. We're going to come over now. 600 yards. There is now a car just coming up in the very, very distance. 400 yards. Last night's cabbage is starting to work its magic. The old woman in truck stop there, she went, alright, good crack. Hey, you'd only be wanting chips with that boy. You want some new tatties and some cabbage. I said, alright, so thank you. And then when I was here, she said, how's your cabbage? I said, lovely. I said, it's quite nice. I am glad I'm not being your truck with you tonight when that starts working on you, boy. I thought, I bet you'd love to be in my truck, you mucky old punk. Go on, I bet there's a glimmer in that eye somewhere, eh? I bet that's fooled around a bit when I was younger, love, hasn't? You know what I mean? They said there's many a good tune played on an old fiddle, but I wouldn't have fancied tickling fiveries. Just tickling and fettling the nose. Oh, you're alright, love, you just keep serving me new tatties. That'll do for me. Your days of shagging are over with, love. You know what I mean? They've all done it, even your grandma. It's hard to think of. Even your grandma swallowed a cockatoo in a time, they don't even bother. I don't want to think about my grandma doing it, but they've all been young ones. They weren't just born old. Stinking of piss, you know what I mean? So mirrors. Coach is going to fly on past us. Is it a coach and a bus? Time now is just coming up to 5:15. It's 4:42. I want to try and get down to where I need to be in the next 2 hours. It's pushing it, but we should do it. But yeah, we'll get down when we get down. I could only have 9 off. I've had 9 hours and 2 minutes off. Cracked on as fast as I could with my daily checks. Got away. So if I'm not there for 7:30, he's going to have to wait for me a bit. Stinking rock, swine, shoot, diddly, I don't do. That means we've been rolling for almost an hour then. If it's coming up to... No, it's not quite 4:45. We've probably been rolling for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I did want to get you over the Forth Bridge. I'm going to take you over the Forth Bridge and then we're going to call it a day and I'm going to crack on. And I think that'll be about enough for this week's videos. There'll be 4 videos you've had off us this week, in the last 2 days actually. Well, there'll be more than 4 videos this week because I've done a few. Well, I'm happy to do them if you're happy to watch them. I don't want to put too many on because I don't want people to get fed up of me. You know what I mean? But I'm also mindful, I can't just be going in sites and filming everything. I don't want to do that. I don't want to upset the apple cart, you see. Do you know what I mean? Plus, I don't want other lads thinking what worked for us. I don't want other lads thinking who's this dickhead think he is. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be mindful of that because there will be people. There's bound to be people that don't like you. There'll be a few people that don't like me. I know there was a few people at Jenkins didn't like me. When they saw the videos, they used to talk behind my back and snigger and leave sarcastic comments on Facebook, you know what I mean? But they were just miserable old bastards, to be honest. Because when you start putting these videos on like this, people can't wait to criticise you, you know what I mean? Oh, you shouldn't have done that, I'd have done it like this. I wouldn't do it like that, I'd have put the straps on like this. So, plus also, you can't just be going onto other people's sites and filming. As I mentioned on the first video when I started this channel back up again, there was a lad worked at Jenkins called Billy, HGV UK. And I met him once, he was alright, he was a nice enough lad. But it's quite clear from Billy's journey of HGVs that he's more interested in being an online celebrity than actually driving the truck and doing the job properly. So straight away, he passed his test and then he got a job with on nights with, I can't mind who they was now. I can't mind name of company, he only lasted about 3 days, he didn't realise you had to put a full night shift in, so he spewed that. And he came to Jenks and he'd been watching my videos. And I told him, I says, don't post anything outside of camp, Billy, you won't be doing well. I said, don't be going on sites filming, don't post any photographs or any videos outside the cab of Jenks wagons. They won't like it. You'll get told off. And his attitude basically was, fuck you, I'll do what I want. You know what I mean? Fuck them, I'll do what I want. It's good promotion for them. I said, it's not good promotion. They don't. Downton's who went on for 3 days. So it's not good promotion for them, Billy. Don't do it. It won't go down well. What did he do? First fucking video, he's out of cab filming. This is a walking floor. I'm on for A.W. Jenkins's, and I thought, well, I did tell you, but you wouldn't listen. You know best. And then he started filming inside. So he was filming all around fucking Shoreham docks and everything inside, filming cranes, filming. You're a fucking bellend with it. You're an idiot. You're fucking gonna get done. He was filming in power stations and a lot. You can't do that, you know. And then he started doing driving videos. He started putting cameras facing himself and on outside, and he was fucking clipping. It's all on film. He was clipping curb with fucking back wheels because he's not watching when he's coming round about. He's more interested in talking to camera than watching mirrors. He's saying mirrors because he's obviously watched me and my videos, so he's calling out mirrors, and the camera's facing him. He's not even fucking looking at them. Do you know what I mean? And I thought, well, leave him to it. And lo and behold, he got his wings clipped. I did hear as well that he caused a lot of damage to a trailer. I'm not trying to badmouth him. I'm not trying to slag him off. I don't know the guy. I met him once. He seemed nice. He was all right with me. He seemed all right with me. But I did hear that he'd smashed the trailer up, caused a lot of damage. Back end of it, rattled something. And they already had it in for him anyway. His card was marked. Because of the videos, because he was an inexperienced driver, he'd just passed his test and he was trying to do videos, driving videos and tuitional videos, and I thought, you just passed your test, mate, at least leave it a year. I left it 2 years before I started doing them until I had a bit of experience. I'm still learning every day is still a school day for me. But he wouldn't be told. Again, I think he wanted to be an online celebrity. I still do. I don't really watch a lot of his stuff. He's working for somebody else now. He's on general haulage and he's getting up and down the country. And good luck to the guy. But he's started into all this Y foods and sponsorships and crap, and I can't be arsed with any of that, mate. As soon as they start off with that, they'll lose interest then. I think you're all about views and making money now. But I'm not having a go at him. It sounds like I am. I'm not. I'm just giving my opinion. He's a nice enough lad. He's just naive, gullible. No idea. I think he wants to be in the clique of the road legends and all that. He's more into them kind of videos. More into wanting to be a celebrity than actually doing the job. But anyway, according to form, he jumped ship from Jenkins before he was pushed. Well, he's doing alright for himself now. He's got a new job and he's up and down the country, and fair play to the guy. If he can make a few quid out of YouTube, then every credit to him. Good luck to him. If people are daft enough to watch all them fucking adverts, then more fool them. I don't blame some of them YouTubers for making money. But there's too many adverts on the videos. But if people are daft enough to watch the shit, then more fool them. Every credit to the lads what's doing it then. You know what I mean? It's not what I'm about. I'm never going to set the world on fire with this channel. I'm never going to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and views, so I'm never going to monetize the channel. I hate adverts. There's nothing worse than seeing a 10-minute video with 3 adverts in it. Every 2 minutes. It does me head in. I switch off and I don't bother again. I am a truck driver first and foremost, and a vlogger second. Some people, it's as if the truck's just, you know, they'd rather make videos than actually do the job. But anyway, fair play to them. Mirrors. Sounds like I was having a go at Billy there. I'm not. I'm just rambling on. Nothing against him. Don't know the guy. Met him once at Crayford. He'd smashed his trailer up then. I don't know what he'd done. He'd walked headboard out or something. He'd smashed something on it to having it repaired. So he did. He caused a lot of damage, bless him. But he seemed nice enough. I just think from watching his early videos, especially when he came working for Jenkins, I could tell a mile off he wasn't going to last. Did that make sense? I knew he wasn't going to last long. You can just tell sometimes. And I said all along with Jenkinsons, the job's not for everyone. It's not for the faint-hearted. I loved it, me. I fucking did. I loved it. I was happy as a pig in shit. But now as I've started doing this and I've realised I don't have to do any household waste, I'm slowly starting to enjoy this more. But I love Jenkins, mate. But it's one of them, you're going to take the walking floor bulk haulage and ducty work on waste and that. You're either going to take to it or you're not. And some people you can just tell a mile off as soon as you see them. You're not going to last, are you? And I was right, he didn't last long. But again, I think he jumped shit before he was pushed. Bless him. I mean, that general haulage is not to be sniffed at, you know, you're getting up, he's likes of him and other people, you're getting all over the country, you know, you're getting some long runs. It's just the RDCs I wouldn't fancy. But long runs on general haulage would suit me down to bloody ground. I mean, I can strap on this thing now. Still, you know, different loads will be different strapping, but it's only a case of opening and closing a pair of curtains after that. Strapping, isn't it? You know what I mean? But I like these flatbeds so far, so good. I do like the variety I'm getting at the moment now. If it were all same work and same runs, I'd get bored of it, I really would. Anyway, mirrors. So I'm hoping we're not a million miles away from the the Forth Road Bridge. That's what I'm wanting. I wanted to get you across the Forth Bridge, pal. So a mile and a half from motorway. This is coming into the outskirts of Perth now. Mirrors. This is the M90. This should take us across Forth Bridge now then. Time now is at 5 to 5. So I've got 2 hours, between 2 hours and 2.5 hours to get down to the A702, the other side of Bigger. It might be alright, it might be doable. Just clear all this before traffic starts. Get to the side of Glasgow before traffic starts, we're alright. Shut up with your bloody party warning, man. I did a bump it, don't bump bread to pie. We're on 3 hours and 26 minutes, so according to Forth, we've been running for just over an hour driving time.
M90 towards Stirling, then take the motorway.
This is it, M90 Stirling, Glasgow, Inverness.
Take the exit 10, then take the motorway.
Yeah, baby. Stirling, Glasgow. I can't mind none of it if this is the way to the Forth Road Bridge. Is it the Edinburgh? Going on for Edinburgh will take me over Forth Bridge. I can't mind none. It's a while since I've been on this road. I hope we come across Forth Bridge this way, I really do. Mirrors as we come round, there's no behind us. There's one way you can go down towards Edinburgh and skirt round Edinburgh bypass, isn't there? Obviously that road there. I think this should be the I'm hoping this is the Forth Road Bridge one. It might not be, you know, it might bloody not be actually, thinking about it. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think this might be the one what takes us down past Stirling services, you know. Mirrors. Just going to come across. Yeah, I think it might have been the other one what took us over Forth Bridge. Stirling, Crinlaric, M90, A9. I don't think we're going to go across Forth Bridge this way. I think this will just run us straight down towards Stirling services now. And then we'll pick up to the side of Edinburgh and drop back onto M74 there. Oh, what a bugger. Yeah, I think it would have been to the way what they took us over. If we'd have gone straight on towards Edinburgh, then I think that might have took us down over Ross Ife and over Forth Road Bridge. But time is of the essence, pal, so we need to be getting on. It's the A9 we're going to want for Stirling there. Aye, we need to be getting on, unfortunately. I can't afford my sightseeing and tourism today. Looking like it's going to be a beautiful morning, pal. Beautiful morning. Hey, do you think they'll find them bodies? You know, on that Titan submarine, what's imploded? I mean, it wasn't the biggest of submarines, was it? It probably wasn't the size of it. It was probably smaller than this truck. So if that has actually imploded, there'll be parts of it left. What they've found. But do you think there'll be anything left of the 5 bodies, the 5 people inside, and do you think they'll have just squished up and obliterated into fish food? There we go, pal. A9 safe, Stirling, Glasgow. No, we're not going to come across the Forth Bridge, I don't think, this way. I need the quickest route back down south is what I need.
After 800 yards, go around the roundabout, first exit A9 towards Stirling.
Stirling, baby, Stirling, Stirling. So just mirrors, no gas. Just start reducing down this exhaust.
Go around the roundabout, first exit.
Back off the exhaust brake. No brakes required, no foot brake required. Just rolling him down with the exhaust brake again. Signals on. Mirrors. That's that same caravan what was pushing that same car before what we saw in them services a while ago. Mirrors. Here we go. Broxton roundabout to Broxburn roundabout, 1 and 2. Stirling, Glasgow, A9. This is the one, baby.
Follow A9 towards Stirling for 26 miles.
Glasgow and Stirling, follow at 39. All for me grog, me jolly jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. Diddly-ay, diddle-om, diddle-om, diddle-ay. Hi, tiddly-tie, tiddly-toddly-tee. OTS, what do they actually do? I've seen a couple of them vans now, can you buy? Ideally, I need to be cutting you loose short, and then we can bray on. Unless you want to run down with me for another half an hour or so. I don't want the videos to go on too long, you see. It's just some flashing lights out up here. It's a roadworks sign. Just mindful. Traffic's starting to get a bit busier now. A lot of people are coming to life and going to work. It's just gone 5 o'clock. Turning traffic is telling me that. Mindful, caravans pulling in, caravan, road's getting a bit bumpy with divots in and thither. Just mindful of somebody stepping out this car now. There's a little van coming overtaking me. In fact, this is going to be the A9 we were on yesterday, wouldn't it? If we'd have gone right on the A9 there, that would have took us to Inverness, wouldn't it? So we're on the A9 now, aren't we? We must have come up that road yesterday going to Inverness. We've just come round in a big loop and circle then, really, haven't we, from yesterday morning? Mirrors. Yeah, traffic's starting to get a little bit heavier now. There's, like I said, there's people's up and at them now, go at work. So I'm glad we've got through all, you know. I didn't want to be coming through Dundee later on. It'd be busy. Found me beer and tobacco. Yeah, we're on the A9. We've come up this yesterday. Monitoring my fuel situation. I'm coming down to a quarter of a tank, in between half and a quarter. I should have enough get us back to the yard at Lockerbie after. I'll fill it up there. There's not the biggest of tanks on these. You can only get, you can't even get 300 litres in this tank. I can't understand why. There's not a big tank on it. You know, so you're filling up a good 3 times a week on this. You can only normally get about 265, 270 odd litres in it. Which is pretty naff, really. Do you know what I mean? It's not the biggest diesel tank on it. I understand that, you know, why some vehicles would do that in case they get pinched or whatnot, but you know, on the Scania at Jenkins, you could get 350 odd litres. You could get 350 odd litres in the bugger line, and you wouldn't have to fill up as much. Where this thing, you get one good run and you're filling up every couple of days. Do you know what I mean? You're getting the distance runs in. You're filling up more often. You still end up using the same amount of fuel all week as you would with a bigger tank. It's just an inconvenience of having to stop and fill the bloody thing up 2 or 3 or 4 times a week. You know, I used to fill up normally twice a week at Jenkins with a bigger tank, but with this you're filling up like 3 times a week. Mirrors. White line. Right, so I'm going to look at pulling this in somewhere now and saying to Rorty, and then I can crack on and get down to meet this farmer. We've had crack for a couple of days, haven't we? We've had a couple of decent videos. sorry I couldn't take you over Forth Bridge, but I'm sure we'll get over it at some point. But to me, this is the quickest. I mean, you might disagree, but to me, I think this is the quickest route back to where I need to go. Down the A9. Spitters out back on towards the M blah de blah, at Stirling, M80, and then it'll spitters round to the other side of Glasgow and onto the M74. And I think we've run on for long enough now. So there's a lay-by coming up here, it's time for parking. I'm going to pull it in here, guys, and I'm going to set her out here, and I'm going to crack on and go and meet this farmer. And then I'm going to get breakfast somewhere, swap this truck and do whatever else I have to do. I'm just backing him off, oh, it's half a mile actually. I just see parking sign, lay-by. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll throw him in here, guys, and we'll set her out to you, and I'm gonna crack on with the rest of my day. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Signals on, mirrors, mirrors, and we're braking. On the retarder slash exhaust brake, a gentle dab on the foot brake now. Mirrors, mirrors, get it right over, there's a car coming, here we go, here we go, here we go. And we're in, and we're in. And brake on, and brake on, and brake on. Right guys, thanks very much for watching. Oh, an hour and 6, an hour and 7, that's about roughly enough time, isn't it? Right, I've been your old mate Boris here once again. You, my friend, have been beautiful. I'm going to crack on with the rest of my day and go and meet this farmer guy. I'll see you later. Have a great weekend. Ta-ra now.